Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Lugness Monster. Today we are going to be reviewing the Star Wars The Black Series Shoretrooper from the brand new Disney Plus show Andor. Now this is actually really cool because we just saw this version of the Shoretrooper in the latest episode of Andor that came out just yesterday, which is really cool. So I thought it would be a perfect time to record this and film this review. Now, this figure is in, of course, like I said, the Andor packaging, so it's got that weird, like, neon orange, reddish color. It's hard to decide, like, my eyes want to say it's red, but other angles it looks orange. Like, it's really weird, but it's a cool color, and I'm definitely digging it. I really love the artwork on the side here, though. I love the whole, like, pointing pose of the Shoretrooper, and I really wish we got extra hands so we could do a pose like that, but it's not the end of the world. I just love that artwork. Flipping around to the back, it is number 3 in the Black Series Andor line, and we do have that artwork on the back as well. You can go ahead and pause and read the bio if you would like, but anyway, other than that, there's not a whole lot going on with the box, so let's go ahead, get this guy open, and take a closer look. So we got the Shoretrooper out of the box, and this figure is almost identical to the previous releases of the Shoretrooper. Only thing that is different is that this one has a brand new blaster and a holster, which is pretty cool, so do like the upgrades. And then of course there are the paint app changes, but mold wise the only thing that's new is the blaster and the holster, of course. But I do love the paint job, and to be honest, I love the Shoretrooper, one of my favorite designs of stormtroopers in general, so I figured that I had to pick this one up. Any version of the paint I figured I'd pick up, so I'm really happy we're getting this figure. Let's go ahead, take him off of this spinny stand, and take a closer look at some of the details that this guy has. So taking a close look at this figure, like I said, this one is very similar to the original Shoretrooper, but a few different paint variations, and that is mainly these white markings. The original one does not have the white markings, but this one does, and I like it. It gives a little bit character to the figure, and it's great for army building these Shoretroopers. So yeah, I really love the white markings. And then of course there is the holster that is new. I did put it in here, but this is a really cool holster. That's because it actually does come unpegged here, and that's how you put the blaster in. It took me a few minutes to figure that out, but it's pretty cool. And it wasn't, I just dropped the gun, don't want to do that. But it's not really what I was expecting for the holster, and it's a nice little addition that you can actually like peg it closed here, which is pretty cool. Taking a look at articulation, he does have a ball joint at the head, so he has a ton of range of motion there. His arms can go all the way around and can go all the way up into a T-pose if you'd like. This is an older figure, so he can just barely get 90 on the elbows, which it's not terrible, but he still gets a good range of motion, so not too upset about that. He has a ball at the abdomen area, so ton of range there as well. He can kick up about that far. After that, this little soft plastic piece does start to get in the way. And the other leg cannot get as far. It can only get about this far. And that is, of course, because this big pouch here inhibits, because it inhibits the articulation just because it's not this kind of soft plastic like this. It's a harder pouch, and so it doesn't get that pliability that the other side has. And then he does have double jointed knees, so he has a ton of range on the knees as well. And then of course rockers and pivots at the ankles. So pretty solid articulation. This figure was originally like a 2016 figure, so older figure, but I think the articulation still holds up to today's standards. So first up for comparisons, we actually do have the archive Shoretrooper on the left. Actually, no, that is the original Shoretrooper, not the archive one. And then there is the Death Trooper. That one is the archive Death Trooper on the right. Looking pretty good. I do love the Rogue One's troopers, and so this is just a great addition to that, and it's a great way to expand your Imperial army. Next up for comparisons, we do have the Imperial Officer Ferric on the left, and we do have the Imperial Officer Dark Times on the right. Both are great looking figures, and like I said, just another great way to expand your Imperial army. Obviously this figure doesn't really match super well because those two figures have the more of that dark gray black color scheme going on, when this one's more of a brighter tan color. But I still love the aesthetic here, and I just love that Imperial that Imperial Trooper kind of vibe. And so either way, I think this looks great. And like I said, I'm always looking for opportunities to expand my Imperial collection. And the next up for comparisons, we do have the Imperial officer, like Aldani disguised version of Cassian on the right, and then we do have the season 2 of Mandalorian Miggs Mayfeld on the left. I figured I'd had to compare this guy to Miggs just because of the scene where Miggs shoots the Shoretrooper in the cafeteria. I thought that was a super funny scene, and so I had to include Miggs in this comparison. But yeah, looking really great, and again, another great addition to that Imperial army. And then last up for comparisons, we do have the two classic Imperial Stormtroopers here. We do have the Mandalorian Stormtrooper on the left and then the Jedha Patrol Trooper on the right. Both are looking great, and yeah, like I said, I know I've said it like 15 times in this video, but love the expansion of the Imperial army here. Like I said, this is mostly a re-release, but every opportunity to get another army builder, I'm all for it. But yeah, overall, I think this is a great figure, and it is an upgrade over the previous version with the holster and the new blaster. So definitely loving this figure, and I suggest you guys go pick it up if you can. It is a Target exclusive, so it might be a little bit harder to get, unfortunately, but it's a pretty cool figure, and I'm definitely loving it. Like I said it 25 times in this video, but I'm happy to always get more army builders, and this is a great way to do that. So yeah, loving the figure, and overall, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5. So if you guys enjoyed, the like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.